welcome back to Podcast and Chill. I'm Gwen, your friendly neighborhood brainiac.
And I'm Leo, podcast host by trade, comedian by choice.
So picture this. There's 1 second left on the clock, the whole place is dead quiet, and this basketball player steps up for a free throw. That could win the whole championship.
You're thinking, no sweat, he's gonna nail it, right?
Nope. He misses. The ball hits the rim.
You can hear a pin drop.
And you're like, wait, how did that happen?
Yeah, I mean, he's a pro, that shot should be automatic, but there's always something going on.
Right. This is what psychologists call a choke.
Wait a sec, you mean it's not just because he's bummed out after breaking up with his girlfriend?
Ha! Nope. It's actually a real psychological thing.
What's it?
It's when someone suddenly performs worse under pressure.
Even when they've nailed it a million times?
Even when they've nailed it a million times.
Wow, I didn't know there was a name for that.
You've probably been there, like during public speaking, performing music, or if you're me, trying to order food while the waiter's staring at you.
Relatable. All right, I'm in. Let's talk about this whole choking thing.
Yep, let's break down why it happens and what we can do to deal with it.
So, Gwen, why does this happen?
Psychologists say it comes down to two main theories.
Hit me. What are they?
The first one is the distraction theory.
Tell me more.
The idea is, when the pressure's on, we start getting all anxious and full of doubt.
So, what exactly is the distraction?
It's your own anxiety.
Like that Ducci song.
Haha, you're totally right. Her song nails it in this case.
So what happens when anxiety kicks in?
Your brain fills up with thoughts like, what if I mess up? Or everyone's watching. And that eats up your mental space.
So you've got no brain power left to actually do the thing.
Exactly. One study showed that just being watched can cut your working memory by 10%.
That explains why anytime someone says, hey, we're all watching, I immediately mess it up.
Same with phrases like, don't screw this up.
It's like dropping a mini panic bomb in your head. But smart people don't choke, right?
Funny enough, they do. One study found top math students actually did worse on complex problems when they were under pressure.
Doesn't need to be a complex math problem for me to do poorly.
Don't worry, I'll help you out. But let's talk about the second theory, which is explicit monitoring.
Sounds intense. What are we monitoring?
Our own body movements.
I'm lost.
It happens with stuff we've already mastered,
What kinds of stuff are we talking about?
like a golfer who's been putting for years, but under pressure, they start overthinking every move.
Like what exactly?
Like, where's my elbow? Is my wrist lined up right?
Is that a real thing, though?
Of course, there's a study on this. Researchers saw golf pros perform 30% worse when they were told to focus on their arm technique instead of just aiming for the hole.
So overthinking literally makes you worse.
Yep. It's called paralysis by analysis. Overthinking causes tension, like your heart beats faster, your muscles get stiff, and, yep, you choke.
I've had that distraction a few times. Don't think I've felt this second one, though.
Depends on the task. Some things trigger one more than the other.
Like what kind of tasks?
Cognitive stuff like math or speaking usually gets hit by distraction. Physical stuff like sports or music gets nailed by overmonitoring.
And some unlucky folks get both?
Sadly, yes. Some people are just more sensitive to pressure and get caught in both traps.
So, it's the curse of being both super smart and super athletic?
Basically. Tough life, huh?
But seriously, why does this even happen to us?
Oh, there are a few reasons. First, it's your skill level.
So like, the worse I am at something, the more likely I am to choke?
Actually, it's kind of the opposite. Experts tend to choke more than beginners.
Wait, what? That makes zero sense.
I know it sounds weird, but hear me out.
All right, break it down for me.
So, beginners are still figuring things out. They're consciously thinking through every step. There's nothing automatic to mess up yet.
Got it. And experts?
Experts have done the thing so many times. It's like their second nature. Totally automatic.
So they're basically on autopilot?
Yep, but when the pressure kicks in, that autopilot gets shut off. They start overthinking stuff that should just flow.
So pressure makes them mess up stuff they usually crush?
Bingo!
Okay, what about where you are? Does it matter who's watching?
Oh, yeah, big time. Just being watched ups the pressure. But if it's someone important, like a coach, your boss, or your mom, it's even worse,
Man, when I was a kid, I used to fall apart every time my mom showed up to my soccer games.
right? And the stakes matter big time too. The bigger the event, the higher the pressure. One study found that pressure jumps by like 23% in those crucial moments.
Ugh, I'm having flashbacks to all my terrible job interviews. I'm blaming it all on this choking thing.
Go for it. But also, your personality plays a role too.
Let me guess. Anxious people choke more?
Correct. If you're a worrier or a perfectionist, you're more likely to crumble under pressure.
And if you're already stressed or running on fumes?
That just makes it worse.
Dang. Had I known that, I wouldn't have stayed up all night gaming before my presentation.
Yeah, losing sleep ups your chances of choking by like 40%. So, yeah, resting matters.
So, just clocking in 8 hours of sleep every night can help me stay away from choking?
I wish it were that easy. Sleep definitely helps, but it's just one part of the puzzle.
If so, what else can we do?
One of the best things? Practice under pressure.
Ugh, can't I just avoid pressure altogether?
Yeah, good luck with that. We live in a society where pressure is more common than a Taylor Swift song on the radio.
Okay, fine. How do you even practice pressure?
You basically try to recreate the stress, like playing loud music, getting people to watch, or making small bets during practice.
And that actually works?
For some, yeah. A study in the Scientific Journal of Sport and Performance on dart players showed those who practiced under pressure performed 15%, more than those who didn't.
Not bad. So we're stress proofing the brain?
Pretty much. There's also a technique called stress inoculation.
Sounds intense. What is that?
It's like a mental vaccine. You expose yourself to small doses of stress, so your brain builds immunity to bigger stuff later. Olympic athletes do it all the time.
So, how do I give myself this vaccine?
There are 3 steps. First, you learn how pressure affects you. Then, you build coping skills. Last, you practice using those skills in real situations.
That sounds like a full time job.
Olympic coaches don't think so. Some even add consequences, like if you mess up, you drop and do 10 push ups.
Brutal. Is there anything less intense I can try?
Maybe you can try a pre performance routine.
A routine?
Yep, it's something you do before a task to get into the zone. It helps calm your nerves and brings some structure.
How does that even work?
It pulls your focus away from the nerves and onto something familiar, which is your routine.
Like Nadal with all his little ticks before serving?
That's what I'm talking about. It tells your brain, hey, we've done this before.
Does it actually help?
Of course it does. One study on soccer players showed it can lower anxiety by 17%.
Do I need a coach to build one?
Nah, you can make your own. It could be some deep breaths, bouncing in place, clapping, or even a little dance. Whatever gets you focused.
How long should it be?
Keep it short, just 3 to 5 movements, and ideally under 30 seconds. And use it every time, not just when you're nervous.
Got it. And what about focus? I know we shouldn't overthink, but where should our attention go?
That's the trick. Don't overthink. Focus on the outcome, not the process.
Easier said than done?
It's not too bad when you think about it. For example, a golfer can focus on the hole instead of obsessing over their grip.
Still sounds tough. Any hacks for that?
You could try using anchor words.
What are those?
Just quick, powerful words or phrases that ground you, like focus, breathe, or hit it. They bring you back when you start spiraling.
Oh, like mental shortcuts. I like that.
I know, right? They help switch your brain from panic mode to performance mode.
Any other secret weapons?
Relaxation and mindset.
Yeah. Give me that calm magic.
Deep breathing works. Try the 4-7-8 method. Breathe in for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8.
Never heard of that. Sounds chill.
Olympic athletes use it a lot. There's also progressive muscle relaxation. You tense and release each muscle group one at a time.
That one's easy. I can totally do that.
Well, there's one more easy thing you can try. Self-talk.
Yeah. Like swapping out "don't screw this up" with "you've got this," right?
Yep. Visualize the win before you start. That's what Michael Phelps does before every race.
What does he picture?
The entire race. Every detail. Stroke by stroke.
So, Gwen, we've talked a lot about choking in sports and the Olympics, but how do we actually use this stuff in real life?
Oh, it totally applies. Let's start with the Olympics of academic life, exams.
Ugh, I used to freeze the second I saw a math test.
Same, but you can actually train for that. Just recreate the pressure when you study.
You mean like hire someone to stare at me while I do math at home?
Haha, no need to go that far. Just set a timer, ditch the notes, and go distraction free while you practice. That's enough.
Wait, you really did that back in school?
I did, and so did a bunch of people in this study I read. Turns out students who timed themselves while studying boosted their scores by 12%.
That's actually impressive. And what about test day? Any hacks to stay calm?
Well, do a mini pre-test routine. Stretch a little, take deep breaths, get in the zone. Even something small can help you stay chill.
Got it. But what if it's talking that freaks me out? Like public speaking?
Same deal. Practice under pressure. Try rehearsing in front of friends, recording yourself, or even just talking to the mirror helps.
Right. I heard TED speakers go over their talks 100 times.
More like 200, actually. And before they go on stage, they usually have a little ritual, deep breath, quick note check, a little pep talk to themselves.
What about job interviews or negotiating stuff?
Mock interviews. Get a friend to grill you with tough questions.
And I can use that personal routine before the real thing, right?
Exactly. You're catching on fast, Leo.
What can I say? I'm a quick learner.
Just don't forget to focus on the outcome, not the fear. Think about what you want to say, not what could go wrong.
Roger. Keep my eyes on the goal, not the nerves. All right, Gwen, before we bounce, how about we break down some useful words from today's episode?
Love that idea. Let's start with the word choke.
Yeah, not the food kind, guys. In this case, to choke means to suddenly perform badly under pressure, even if you're usually good at something.
Like missing an easy goal because you're overthinking it. For example, she practiced her song perfectly but choked during the live audition.
Oof, that one hurts. Next up, paralysis by analysis.
That's when you overthink every little move and it totally freezes you up. For example, he missed the shot because of paralysis by analysis. He kept adjusting his grip.
Been there. Okay, how about pre-performance routine?
That's a small set of actions you repeat before a task to calm your nerves. For example, her pre-performance routine includes deep breathing and stretching.
Fourth word, anchor word. I like this one. It sounds powerful.
It is. An anchor word is a short word or phrase you say to yourself to stay focused. For example, before his speech, he whispered confidence to keep himself grounded.
All right, last one, stress inoculation.
Fancy term, but it's cool. It means practicing small amounts of pressure now so you can handle the big stuff later. For example, athletes use stress inoculation to stay calm during big games. All right, folks, now it's your turn. But before you comment, Leo and I will go first.
Yeah. Question number 1. When was a time you felt like you choked under pressure?
I'll go first. Back in college, I froze completely during a big presentation. Even forgot my own name for like 2 seconds. Not fun.
Oh, I feel you. Mine was during a live podcast launch. I said, so many times I sounded like a broken record.
All right. Question number 2. Which tip from today are you going to try next time you're nervous? Anchor words, pre-performance routines, or stress practice?
I'm going with the anchor word. I'm going to whisper focus like a superhero before interviews.
I'm sticking with my pre-performance routine. Deep breath, stretch, and a tiny fist bump to myself. Works every time.
Now it's your turn. Comment below with your answers. We love hearing your stories. Guys, it's time to wrap it up.
But before we go, let's do a quick recap on how to avoid choking.
Just 3 things, guys. Practice under pressure, have a solid pre-game routine, and keep your eyes on the goal, not the fear.
Super simple, right? Practice with pressure, stay focused, and have a purpose. That's how you get closer to your optimal self.
And hey, if we still choke,
Then it's not the end of the world. It's just feedback. Choking just means you've got something to learn, not that you're doomed.
that's such a good way to look at it. Wish I knew that in high school.
Same. So for everyone listening, pick one of these tips. And give it a shot next time you're feeling the heat.
And let us know in the comments. What's the first one you're going to try?
I'm Gwen.
And I'm Leo.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Catch you next time on Podcast and Chill. What's up, fam? Welcome back to Podcast and Chill. I'm Leo, here to make you crack up.
I'm Gwen, and as always, I'm here to keep Leo from making a joke out of himself.
Okay, jokes aside, today's question is, what does it even mean to actually think in English?
Is it having a constant, flawless English monologue in your head?
Or just automatically replying when someone hits you with a, how are you?
Probably that moment when you're jotting down a quick grocery list and throw in some English words?
Are you already thinking in English more than you realize?
We're about to find out in this episode.
Yep, we're going to learn how to spot those little signs that show you're already thinking in English.
And once we know those signs, we'll learn how to make it a habit.
A real, natural habit to boost your language skills.
Let's dive into it.
So, before we dive into what thinking in English actually is, let's talk about what it ain't.
You're right. There's so much misinformation out there. We gotta debunk this stuff ASAP.
What's the first myth?
Like I said, lots of folks think it means thinking with perfect grammar and a perfect accent.
But that's not true, right?
What do you think?
English is my first language, so I'm not really in their shoes. But I'm learning French, and if the convo in my head ain't got perfect grammar and the accent's off, that ain't French to me.
Well, even fluent speakers switch languages in their heads.
So, even if I mix French and English in my brain, it's still thinking in English?
That's right.
Got it. Any other major misconceptions?
The idea is that you gotta erase your native language's thought patterns.
What kind of thought patterns are we talking about?
Many learners believe that to truly think in English, they must completely discard their mother tongue's way of structuring sentences
Why though?
because they fear it's gonna pollute their English.
But I know tons of bilinguals mix thought patterns all the time.
I know, right? Because fluency is about being flexible, not deleting your first language.
Got it. Anything else we gotta debunk?
Well, some people think no translation allowed. They act like if you translate in your head, you're failing at English.
Is that even real?
Nah. Even advanced speakers translate sometimes, especially with complex stuff. It's part of the process, not a failure.
So, we're kind of clear that thinking in English ain't some magical moment when our brain suddenly forgets our native language. So, what is it then?
It's about direct processing.
Example, please.
Like, if you're learning English and you hear dog, you think of the animal, not the word in your native language first.
Oh, I get it. So, we understand the concept of a dog, and the image just pops up.
Indeed. You also start getting non-visual concepts in English. Jokes or idioms, they make sense without needing a whole explanation.
Or it can be simple stuff like, how are you doing? Or what's your name? We don't often translate it, we just get it.
For sure, your brain just automatically switches to the language. No mental translator is required. It's thinking in English.
You're making it sound too easy.
Because it is.
So, tell me, Gwen, let's say I'm an English learner. If thinking in English ain't some dramatic light bulb moment, when does it actually happen?
It happens way more than you think. Those micro moments are popping up in your daily life and you don't even realize it.
It's just sneaking into my life, huh?
Are you on social media a lot?
Kinda. I mean, I'm basically living half my life scrolling through posts and reels, so
And have you ever read a caption on Insta or TikTok and just understood it without hitting the translate button?
I do it all the time. Because captions are often simple and short.
See? Your brain doesn't stop and go, hold up, let me translate. It just gets it. That's thinking in English.
Uh-huh. That makes sense. Like when people say, oh my god, a lot of them ain't even native English speakers, but they use that phrase more than me.
I feel that. Or they'll throw in a thank you instead of their native language.
It's like some automatic reflex, huh?
Yeah, your brain is just too comfortable with the foreign language that it just rolls off the tongue.
Well, sometimes I find noting down in French easier and quicker.
Tell me more.
I often mix up my grocery or to-do lists with French and English because some French phrases and vocabs are shorter.
Like what?
For example, my grocery list is eggs, milk, and pain. Well, pain is bread in French, not that I'm gonna grab some pain from the shelves.
That's the foreign sneaking into your everyday life. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes.
But if we've been low-key thinking in a foreign language this whole time, how come nobody's catching on?
Because your brain is sneaky.
Huh?
It's doing the work in the background like an app running silently on your phone.
So, my brain is basically that one app that's always draining my battery?
Pretty much. You don't realize you're thinking in English because it feels normal. It's automatic.
But how's my brain even pulling that off?
So, there's this whole theory by this linguist, Stephen Krashen, that learning a language happens, like, under the radar. So, thinking in a foreign language is mostly a subconscious thing.
Oh, so that's why it feels like it's happening naturally, without me even noticing?
Yep. This psychologist, Logan, also says that thinking in a foreign language becomes automatic through practice.
And
And since it's automatic, you don't really clock it. You're focused on what you're thinking, not what language you're thinking in.
does that apply to, like, smaller stuff? Like common phrases or individual words?
For sure. If you use them a lot, they become automatic.
That's why I keep saying pain instead of bread when I'm writing my grocery list.
Bilinguals do that all the time. Switching languages is just a normal thing, whether you're talking or writing.
So my brain is actually working in a foreign language, even if I don't always notice it?
You're breathing, right? But you're not sitting there thinking about your lungs doing their thing, are you?
That's a good one. I gotta give my brain some credit. It's working harder than I thought.
Yep, don't sleep on your brain. Once you clock all those little moments where you're throwing a foreign language into your life, you'll level up for real.
That's hard though. There's so much going on in a day. How am I supposed to catch all those micro moments?
Just catch yourself in the act.
Do you mean spy on my own brain?
Exactly. Throughout the day, pay attention to those little moments when you think in English.
Like when?
Like when you read a sign and don't translate it, or when you mutter, ugh, I'm late, instead of saying it in your native language.
How am I supposed to do that? We're not Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, it's a struggle if you're not a good observer. Well, try writing a quick journal entry in English every night then.
What if one's English skills are like mid?
It doesn't have to be deep or complex at all. Just, today was a busy day. Ate pasta. It was fire. Period.
I must admit that's actually doable.
And if you really want to level up, do small daily stuff in English, like talking to yourself.
You're telling me to have full-on conversations with myself? People are gonna think I'm losing it.
You don't have to do it out loud. Just try describing what you're doing in your head. Like, okay, now I'm making coffee.
Like I'm on a reality show?
Why not? Pretend you're looking into some imaginary cameras.
Okay, I'm gonna pretend I'm in the show The Office.
And most importantly, use words you already know. No need for fancy vocabulary. Just use what feels natural.
But I'm here to flex.
You can flex with the fancy words once you're comfortable with them. For now, stick with the basics because the goal ain't to win a pageant, it's to communicate.
Copy that. All right, fam, it's time to wrap this up.
If you're learning English, chances are you're already thinking in English more than you realize.
Even if it's just reading an Insta caption, throwing some English words on your grocery list, or understanding, how are you? Without hitting the translate button, it all counts.
Look, thinking in English isn't some big dramatic switch. It's those tiny moments adding up.
So, my friends, if you're stressing about not thinking in English enough, the answer is you already are.
Now we want to hear from you. When was the last time you caught yourself thinking in English?
Maybe you whispered, thank you, or were screaming, oh my god, in your head.
Or maybe you ordered food without translating the menu.
Whatever it is, drop it in the comments below.
Thank you for tuning in today. Catch you next time.
Hey Gwen, let's go over some phrases today. First, light bulb moment. It means a sudden realization or great idea. For example, I had a light bulb moment and finally figured out how to solve the problem.
Second, roll off the tongue. It means something is easy to say or sounds smooth. For example, her name just rolls off the tongue so naturally.
Third, catch on. It means to understand something. For example, we were teasing Jim, but he was slow to catch on that we were joking.
Fourth, under the radar. It means to go unnoticed or stay low key. For example, he kept his new relationship under the radar for months.
Finally, sleep on something. It means to pay no attention to something important or impressive. For example, she is the best actress of our generation. Don't sleep on her performances.
Now, let's discuss a few questions about our topic today. First question is, what are some signs that someone is already thinking in English, even if they don't realize it?
Hmm, that's a good one. I'd say it's when you understand phrases without translating, or when you mix English words into your daily life without thinking.
That's a great way to put it. The second question is, how can someone start to notice and encourage these moments of thinking in English?
I'd say try journaling in English, or even just describing your daily actions to yourself in English.
That's spot on. What about you, listeners?
Share your experiences and answers in the comment section below.